Hello everybody, this is Rachna once again. So let's get started with your Jimmy Valentine, the chapter 3 from your book. Well children, this is written by O. Henry, and O. Henry happens to be an author whose actual name is William Sidney Porter. He was born on 11th of September 1862 and he died on 5th of June 1910. His pen name is O. Henry, also as Oliver Henry. He was an American short story writer. His stories are known for their surprise endings. Now, he was born in North Carolina and he died in the city of New York. He wrote in English and he not only wrote short stories but he also wrote novels. Children, if you people remember, you must have read the very famous short story The Last Leaf, right? And this is one of the best short stories that one could have read. Okay, so let's get started with your story. Now, what about Jimmy Valentine? Children, Jimmy Valentine is supposed to be actually known as the Retrieved Reformation. After this movie was made, right, it was actually, made by MGM Films, and it was then that it was known as Alias Jimmy Valentine. Okay, and it was made by MGM Films in the year 1928. Okay, it was an American crime drama and it was directed by Jack Cornwell. Okay, so it was like it turned into 1910 that Paul Armstrong, he played the role, and he toured in traveling production companies, making it extremely popular, and it was revived in Broadway in 1921. Okay, now you people might think, why Broadway am I naming, or why am I saying MGM Films? Because actually, children, these are very, very big names where the world of entertainment is concerned. Okay, in fact, if you go through some things like the cartoon films, very well known as Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck and so on and so forth, they're all made by MGM Productions. Okay, so this is the reason why I was saying MGM or Broadway. Okay, so now you've understood that this is actually the original name of Jimmy Valentine was a Retrieved Reformation. Okay, and now let's understand something about this whole story. Children, we all of us at some given point of time or the other come across something or some such reason, or there's somebody in our lives who come and they change us entirely. We never know what happens, that the change could actually happen. Okay, so let's understand what happened in Jimmy's life. While you're hearing this, I request you all that you have your books in front of you, and at the same time, once you stop hearing whatever I have said, you will please go through your book, you will read it out so that you understand this better. Okay, Now, at the beginning of the story, Jimmy Valentine is being released from jail. He was a burglar and very good at it. He returns to his old apartment and picks up his tools for cracking safes. Even though he has been told by the warden that you need to change yourself, you can become a better person, yet he does the opposite. He returns and he goes to his apartment, he picks up his tools for cracking safes, and again all the robberies begin to happen. Okay, and they're such that only Jimmy has the tools for. Everybody knows that it is only and only Jimmy who could have done it, and it comes to the attention of Ben Price. Right now, Ben Price, he is a detective, and he had put Jimmy away earlier also. And in fact, he was the first one to have put Jimmy behind bars. Then he knows this, and he knows that it is Jimmy's work again. Now, meanwhile, Jimmy, he arrives in the little town of Elmore, and one of the first things to catch his eye is a woman. And this woman, she is Annabelle. Okay? At that moment, he forgot what he was and he became another man. He finds out that her name is Annabelle Adams, and her father owns the bank. He reaches Elmore, and there when he meets Annabelle, he gets to know that her father, he is the owner of the Elmore Bank. Okay? Now, Jimmy, he changes his name to Ralph. He changes his name to Ralph D. Spencer, and he goes to Planters Hotel and he registers himself under this name. Okay? And he begins to lead a very honest life, and he runs a business of shoes. He runs a shoe showroom. Okay, and he runs this business, and he's very successful, and he's actually very much liked by everyone in the town. And this wins the heart of Annabelle as well. So you see, actually he falls in love with her, and then he wants to marry her. Okay, but because of this, what he does is that he writes a letter to an old friend, Billy, and he tells him that he intends to quit his old business. And he plans to meet up with him and give away his prized safe cracking tools. On the other hand, Ben, he arrives in Elmore and identifies Spencer, that is Ralph Spencer, as Jimmy Valentine, and he plans on catching him. The next morning, Spencer, or let us say Valentine, plans on meeting up with his friend to give him the tools in another town. But before leaving, he goes with Annabelle and Annabelle's father, Annabelle's sister, brother-in-law, and the sister's two nieces to the bank. Annabelle's father shows off his new safe, and he's very, very proud of it, his new vault. Okay, he shows it around, and Ben Price is there at the bank waiting for Spencer, that is Valentine, to come. While everyone is discussing the new vault and its unique safety features, the two little girls, they are playing with the vault, and one of them gets locked inside, that is Agatha. She gets locked inside. Okay, and Annabelle's father exclaims that the combination had not been set. So when the combination was not yet set, so there was no way of opening the vault. So Annabelle turns to Ralph and asks him to do something which is very, very obvious. She asks him to do something. Jimmy resurfaces as Ralph disappears. That is, Jimmy takes over his impersonate Ralph, and Ralph fades away. Okay? He sets up to work on the vault and rescues the little girl. After opening the vault, Jimmy turns around with his tools and starts to leave. And while leaving, he does hear his name as Ralph being called out by Annabelle. Now, at this point of time, the story ends with Ben Price. He is walking away from the scene and down the street. And why is that so? Because when Spencer, he goes up to him and tells him that, all is finished and you cannot take me. So Ben instead says to him that, well, do I really know you? I know you as Spencer. What are you talking? I don't know any Jimmy. Right? And here Ben Price, he goes away. He walks down the street. Now, we are not actually told what Jimmy does after this, nor do we really know what the reaction of Adam's family is after we finish off with the story. Right? So, this is the end of it. Thank you very much. And I expect that all of you will refer to your book while you're viewing this. Okay? Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.